An important issue around borrowing money is your credit score. Lenders will often look at this before they approve a loan, so it's important to know how it works and what it means for you. So every time that you borrow money from a lending institution, like a bank, a permanent record of this will be created. This record will be held by a company called a credit reporting agency, and lending institutions can access your file from the agency whenever they want to. So you cannot really hide a poor debt track record from lenders. Now, what the credit rating agency does is looks at your history of repaying debts, and from this will calculate a numerical score for you. If you have a high score, then this means the agency believes you're highly capable of repaying debts, and that if an unforeseen event happens in your life, you'll still be likely to repay. A low score means just the opposite, in that the agency sees you as a high-risk borrower. The penalty of having a poor credit score is that lenders may charge you higher than standard interest rates, or even reject your loan applications. Now, one thing you might be asking is, what is my score if I've never borrowed before? Well, the answer is you either won't have one, or it'll just be 0. Is this a bad thing? Well, yes and no. You see, lenders love to see a debt history track record, good or bad, so they can get a picture of who they're dealing with. If you don't have one, then in their eyes, you form somewhat of a risk. Having said this, no history of debt will not mean that you're considered the same as having a poor debt history. What is likely is that lenders will just be more cautious in how much they lend to you. In some cases, to reduce the risk, if you have no debt history, the lender might ask for you to have a guarantor. This could be a trusted person like a parent or a friend who will agree to pay off any remaining debts if for some reason you can't. If you want to help build a credit history when you're young, one possible way of doing this is managing the bills on a mobile phone contract. This is because the management of certain bills can also be recorded in your credit history. Another possible way to build a history is by using a credit card with a low credit limit. It's important to know that it is your right to access your credit score from an agency and can receive a report for free each year. If you think that your credit score is wrong, you can challenge this with the agency who has issued the score. The agency should also have some tips and tricks which they make publicly available on how to help boost your score. And that covers credit scores. Hopefully this is something that you will factor in before and when borrowing money.